Hello everybody, my name is Zen, and welcome to the very first episode of my Stars Above playthrough, a modded playthrough for Terraria 1.4, tmodloader to be exact. If you've never seen any of my modded stuff, don't worry, I'll introduce myself as we go. You'll learn a little bit about me, but what you should know is that I do quite a bit of modded Terraria as of late. I actually just got done playing through Mod of Redemption. It was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed that mod. It was the first time I've ever played through it, and this is the same for this. I've never played the Stars Above, but I know that it looks freaking awesome. I did a quick little test to make sure all my mods worked, and I really liked what I saw. We're going to build a quick house, and then I'll show you what I mean, because we got a special little item in our inventory specifically for the mod's purpose. But, you know, we're generally going to have to build a house first. It's what we do, and then we can start branching out. One quick note, because I always get comments about this kind of thing, I do not show my mods until the end of this first episode. So if you want to see my mod list, just skip to the end of the episode if you really want to. Otherwise, you should just know it's most of the stuff I normally run with, minus a couple things that I typically run with. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But yeah, I keep it fairly simple around here. I don't go crazy by running. Oh man, I hate that this house is not this horse is not proportional. Here, we'll fix this real quick, and then I'll take care of these slimes. So we're playing on master mode, as I typically do, although, you know, for a little bit there I was playing journey mode once we got 1.4 in tmodloader, because journey mode is actually great to play with as a YouTuber. It means that I get to skip over a bunch of stuff, such as if it's nighttime and I need it to be daytime, or vice versa. It's really nice to not have to sit around and wait. However, we're not playing journey mode this time, and we're not even using Alchemist NPC, which is a mod that I've been using lately. It just makes it so that you can get potions a lot easier. You don't have to sit there and actually craft them. It's gonna be a little different this time around. I'm not gonna use it because I actually kind of feel like crafting some potions. However, I think this is a good way to distinguish this. I am using Fargo's mutant mod, which has a little feature on it. I could turn it off if I so choose, but I think I'm gonna leave it on, where if I have a stack of, it's like 30 or 60 of a particular potion, then I just permanently have that potion, and I could keep that stack in like my piggy bank, for instance, and it works just fine. So I think that's gonna be our goal, is to get our potions that we want and just get a stack of them, and then just have that. But I'm gonna have to farm it out for myself, and I think it's gonna be different. It's gonna be exciting. And in this playthrough, we're gonna play as a ranger. It's the only class that I've not done a playthrough on. I think it's most of everybody's favorite class, and I think that I just need to jump in and do it. You might be thinking, what the heck is this, Zen? This is part of the Stars Above, which is a very anime mod. It's awesome. So at the beginning, you get this item called a spatial disc, and you have to pick between one of two starfarers. So we have the umbral starfarer and the astral starfarer. This one says a reserved tactician. She flourishes through deep complexity. And then this one says she focuses on flashy, powerful attacks. I feel like I'm a fairly complex person, so let's go with that one. Increasing my maximum mana by 20. Spatial disc begins to resonate. Looks like someone wants to talk. So we go ahead and right click and she'll pop up. Her name is Eridani. It's nice to meet you. My name is Eridani, a starfarer. You in turn are my starbearer. Through this contract, we must work together to bring justice to those willing to harm this world, and if things proceed well, the world beyond as well. That needs to be copy edited. If you are willing, I can give a description of what I can provide you with. Personally, I recommend it. Knowledge is power, after all. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Oh, we even have dialogue choices. This is like a full-on RPG. I'd like the full explanation, please. Right, let's begin. With the spatial disc you used, you can access the stellar array, which is like a sub-menu. With the defeat of powerful foes, it will grant you strength. The spatial disc has plenty of other uses, but by my hypothesis, we don't have access to them yet. Hopefully, as we get stronger, more facets of the disc will open up to us. What's next? Right. I can turn latent energy from other worlds into crystallized power, an essence, if you will. You could turn these essences into aspected weapons. So we get special weapons from getting this latent energy. That should be everything. My strength is yours. I won't let you down. Heck yeah. Okay, so let's pop her open real quick. So the first thing is we've got this menu. This is how you escape the menu. You right click to bring it up as long as you have it in your hands. And then we have some sub menus here. So this is the essence thing that she was talking about. I haven't unlocked that. And this is the archive. So if I ever need to just basically read what she's told me, that's what we do there. This is like the very basics of what I know about this mod, by the way. I don't really know much outside of this. But the stellar array gives us buffs. So we have a certain amount of buffs that we can utilize. Each buff gives us, it basically takes up power. We can have 5 power utilized at the moment. And we get the buffs when we defeat bosses. So like defeat the Eye of Cthulhu, we get a buff. And we can see what that buff is once we get it. You can reset this. You can also change an aspect of your weapon. So if you're doing like the aspect weapon, I could change it to ranged damage, which is totally fine. And then we can close that out and close her out. Now, she will talk to us throughout our adventure, which I find awesome. She's going to pop up as we do things and comment on things. I really, really like that. I think that the way that the story is presented with this mod is hyper cool. And I'm really looking forward to jumping in and kind of seeing how that plays out throughout the mod. I think there are plenty of mods that I have done, like Calamity or Thorium, which are great and have cool little stories. However, those mods, even though they have cool stories, do not present their stories well. And mods like this do. In fact, Mod of Redemption did as well. I think that Mod of Redemption had a really good presentation about it. And it's one of the things I kind of wish things like Calamity would do. In fact, Calamity just got like a new update, which has updated a bunch of its biomes, and it looks super cool. But, you know, I've done it so many times. I've done 3 Calamity playthroughs, and at this point, I'm like, you know what? Let's check out some of these lesser known mods, the smaller mods, and see exactly what we can get out of, you know, seeing their stories and whatnot, and potentially increase our knowledge of the roster of mods available on tmodloader, right? Which then allows me to give better feedback to these mod developers, because it's like, wow, you know, Calamity's story is kind of deep. There's a lot going on there. Whether it's well written or not, that's a completely different thing, but you could present that story so much better utilizing things like this cool menu that you get. All right, we gotta go over here. I'm getting out of here. I was getting stone because we're playing Ranger and I need arrows. So like that's the very first thing we're doing over here. Gotta get these arrows up. Gonna get a furnace. Oof, man, that's a lot of arrows, isn't it? That's gonna be more than enough. I would make flaming arrows, but I don't have everything. Oh, you know what? I think I'm totally out of torches too. So let's get, oh no, I have enough torches. Why can't I make a, oh, I'm out of stone. I gotta go get more stone, of course. So it's nighttime now, and I'm just kind of exploring this little cave off to the left. I think that it's really good to have like a starter cave. I don't typically get them, weirdly enough. So I'm very happy that we've got this one off to the left. It's like right next to our base. It's gonna allow me to spelunk during the evenings because we're not playing on journey mode, which means I can't just skip to daytime and skip all this normal nighttime shenanigans that you get. Oh, awesome. We got a minecart track down here. I love the tracks. I think that they help with exploration quite a bit right at the beginning. We actually have gotten a great start. And another thing that I'll do when we check out our mod list is we'll go and show the seed for the world as well. So if you want to play along with me in the same world, you absolutely could. And I know a lot of people that when they watch through my stuff, they like to play along at the same time through the same mod and kind of see how far they get and whatnot. Good going, she says. Oh man, I love that she's going to encourage me throughout this. It's great. Yeah, people like to play through. Totally fine. So I'm going to... Heart. Man, we've got a great start. Definitely going to show my seed for this world. So that way, whoever wants to could play through the same world and see how well or not that you do through the world. I would say, actually, it's a pretty good seed. So not going to lie. A little biased here, but I think you should probably take a look at this one. It's a desert, seriously. I'm no fan of heat, and it's hot, she says. Well, we know where our desert is. Oh, we're like, we have found a way back up. Interesting. I like that she comments on stuff, and I think that that's going to be a cool feature throughout the mod. It is something you can turn off, though. So if you're like, I really don't want this random waifu talking to me as I play, you could turn that off. Just go into the mod settings once you're actually in the game. Oh no, I died to falling. I was running away from bats. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. Actually, this is a perfect time to do full-on introduction. So my Terraria series bring in a lot of new people. So towards the beginning of the series and then about halfway through, I like to just kind of talk about who I am, just so everybody's caught up. And those of you who've been on the channel a while, you already know this. This is nothing crazy. You're just going to have to, go through the rigmarole one or two more times. However, there's new information here. There is new information. It's been a good few weeks for me over the last, month. So we're at the start of 2023. We're actually at the end of February, but there's been a lot that's happened in the last month, and those of you who watched the previous series kind of heard a little bit about that, but not everybody has. So we'll just kind of run it down. So who am I? Well, my name is Zen Kiki. That's what you can call me, or Zen. Either one is fine. I do a bunch of gaming stuff on YouTube. I've been doing it for 11 years. And the biggest thing that you need to know about me is I'm hyper consistent. I have uploaded at least one video every single day for 11 years. I've never missed a day. It is my thing that I do. Even when, back when I was dating my now wife, yes, I am married. She lived in a different state, and I'd go visit her for a couple weeks at a time. And the way that I would handle that is I would pre-record a bunch of videos and have them all go up. Have them scheduled to go out while I was gone, each day. So yeah, it's one of my things. I've uploaded every single day for 11 years. This year's gonna be 12 years. And you know what? That's a weird thing to look back on and be like, man, why do I still do it? I don't know. You know what it is? It's that I enjoy it. I really love doing this. And we can make some gesture arrows. Do I want to? How many stars? You know what? I'm gonna hold on to the stars for a little bit. In fact, let's go ahead and put a chest down for the time being too, just so I can start sorting out some of this stuff. You know what I mean? Anyways, I am married, as I said. We have 4 kids. My wife has 3 kids. They're my bonus kids. And then her and I both have one child who is 2 years old. So they span ages from what's going to be 11 down to 2. So quite the range, but I love hanging out with them and playing games with them and whatnot. That they're a challenge at times, but I'll do parenting talk every now and again throughout the series. If you're not really interested in that, trust me, there's some really funny stories that come out, and I think you'd be surprised about the funny crap that happens just from being a parent. Additionally, this isn't the only thing I do. I don't just do YouTube. In fact, most YouTubers don't just do YouTube. Very few people do it primarily for work. Most people do additional stuff. Oh, by the way, the desert is definitely somewhere we're gonna have to explore early. Playing a ranged class, we're gonna want that armor if I can get it. That's really the problem. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get. Although we do just have a crap ton of fossils here, so we could do that and get all that down here. That's a convenient thing about modded. I could just use the ore excavator to loot all that instead of having to dig it out, which is such a pain in the butt in vanilla Terraria, I'll tell you what. Anyways, yeah, I run my own business and it takes up the vast majority of my time. In fact, right now I work anywhere between, oh my goodness, I'm gonna die here. Let's run. Crap, heal, go back. I don't want to lose all my money. Fargo's mutant mod, if you didn't know this, can set a hotkey for using your recall potions and your mirror and all that. So I have it set to T, so anytime I get in trouble, just bounce right back. It's the easiest way to do it. I don't have an excavator though. However, before I go back to talk about my business, excavator, I can make one because of Fargo's mutant mod using wooden crates. So actually, what would behoove me here is to get an insta house down. So let's craft one of these. We're gonna go ahead and just like plop it over here. Well, I'll do cool builds throughout the series. This is not one of them. This is me just trying to get an insta house for my NPCs to move into. Because if I can get the merchant to move in, that would be ideal. Because having the merchant means I could get the net, and with the bug net, I could go in and start getting some bait so I can start fishing, because that's another thing I'm going to need to do if I'm going to be getting my own potions, right? Although I'll take the lead ore. I might make a lead bow. I don't know if it's worth it. Let's go ahead and see how much we have once we get all of the lead. Yeah, probably not gonna be worth it because I only have 27. How much do I actually need? Oh, that's right, my stupid anvil, because of the way that it is. That's not gonna work up there, is it? Goodness. Where can I put an anvil that's actually gonna work? This is a whole ordeal, isn't it? Okay, there we go. If I stand on the table, I can get it to work. This is only temporary. I'm using magic storage. I just need to get this stuff up and running. The lead bow, yeah, it is going to be a lot better than what we got. But I can also just make a reinforced fishing rod. So let's do that too. And let's go over and get that bow. Bam. Who needs armor? I don't need no armor. It's nimble too. Cool. I don't think a wooden bow, what's it a material for? Can I get rid of that? A paintball gun. Really? This is a Fargo's thing. Oh, so I can get the paintball gun if I get a painter. Okay, you know what? That's totally fine. Let's hold on to those, I suppose. Actually, let's drop that in there. Cool. Anyway, so yeah, I run my own business. I run a 3D printing business where I'm printing miniatures for tabletop games and like tabletop RPGs like D&D and whatnot. But I get a bunch of people who proxy stuff for war games like Warhammer and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. It's surprisingly a lot of work. And I'll go ahead and put the link to that in the description as well. I don't really promote it on here because even though there's overlap of audience of people who like miniatures, it's not everybody. And so I don't generally promote it on here, but it is something that I do. It is my primary source of income. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I died like that. So I just like to let people know what I do. I also paint miniatures. And I'll put the link to the Instagram that I use for the business on there as well. So if you really want to see like what my miniature painting skills are like, you can see it there. Oh my goodness, there were so many piranhas down there. I did have a gold. I would have been able to get the merchant if only I had lived long enough. That's fine. Let's go down, pick up our gold from that crawdad. Hopefully there's not going to be a bunch of piranhas down there. So before I started my own business, I worked in game design as a game designer. Before that, I did a bunch of different stuff. Doesn't really matter. I'm more of a jack of all trades, but game design is a passion of mine. It's something that I really enjoy doing. Oop, we need to go back that way. Okay, good. Yeah, now I'm running my own business, which, man, do I prefer working for myself. It is way, way better than working for any other nerd. And then, let's throw a glow stick down there. Oh, there's a freaking heart, too. Okay, that crawdad, he's ours. Die, daddy boy. That's gonna take a while. Come on. Get him dead. A little bit further. There we go. Okay, cool. That slime, I'm not even gonna bother with that slime. But I will pick up our gold. Let's grab this. I was expecting that to be a dead man's chest. Not gonna lie. Part of me kind of had my butt pucker a little bit. I was like, it's gonna blow up, isn't it? It didn't. For once. For once, I didn't die to a dumb trap. I just got 5 gold off of like a little pile there. That was nice. Actually, might go back just to preserve the money that I just gained from that. Actually, I should be able to kill this slime just fine. It's just a slime. I mean, like, come on. There we go. One of our goals, pretty much by next episode, is to get over to the Crimson, because it looks like we have Crimson, and go destroy one of the orbs and get the pistol. That way we just immediately get a gun. I think the gun is going to be a great start. It's kind of like a cheaty start, because you could just go like sacrifice yourself to blow up an orb, and no matter what, you get a gun. And then by getting a gun, you can then get the arms dealer to show up. So there's a bunch of other good stuff that come along with that. But let's put this money away before I happen to lose it. I'm not going to put all of it away, just most of it. And then I got a second lucky cloud in a bottle. That's actually fascinating. And we'll clear out the inventory here. Hold on to that healing potion. Those bombs we're going to need. That's funny because I was just talking about that. A water walking potion. Actually, maybe we go find the Crimson. I think what I'm going to do is head to the right. And, ooh, there's a dandelion. I hate these things. They do so much damage. They're ridiculous. But hey, we got double jump now, right? So we can handle it. Anyways, let's go to the right, see what's off over here before we commit to just like forever being a left person. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, there's something very important you need to know. You are crucial to making this series work. What I mean by that is I know nothing about this mod. If you happen to know anything about this mod, or here's a better way to put it. If you happen to be playing this mod for the first time alongside me, you're gonna get ahead of me. That's just how this works. There's no way I can keep up with you. I do these videos. I record for about 50 minutes, a little over an hour every time, and get, you know, approximately sometimes 20 minutes. Most of the time, like over 20 minutes to 30-minute episodes. Even though I try to get a little bit shorter than 25 minutes, it just doesn't always happen. In fact, there's a curse around here, which is that if I say, hey, this is going to be a short episode because of, fill in the blank, maybe it's because I've got an appointment that I got to get to or whatnot, it always ends up being a long episode. I don't know how that works. It just is what it is. So expect that. That's a channel meme, apparently. I don't know why. I'm not doing it on purpose. It just happens to be that way. Anyways, you are important because you are, regardless if you know anything about this mod or not, you're going to end up knowing more about this mod than I do. And I rely on the knowledge of my viewers when I miss things or when I'm not quite sure where certain things are. These wikis for most of these smaller mods. Ooh, it's a typical boreal forest. Okay, so we found the snow biome. Yeah, you guys generally are going to know a lot more about me because the wikis just usually aren't updated, or at least aren't updated very frequently. So unless it's like a massive mod like Calamity and whatnot, it's updated like every single patch, but these other ones generally not so much. So yeah, let me know if there's anything that you see me miss or think that I should be getting that I'm just not, because maybe I don't even know about it. Most of the time I don't even know about it. This mod has its fair share of bosses here, like the Vagrant of Space. That sounds cool. It goes over. It's much bigger than that, actually. The name is, but it doesn't fit inside a boss checklist. Or like the Burnished. I was gonna say Banished, or who's like some of these other ones. Like it has the Warrior of Light after Moonlord. So there's a bunch of cool stuff in here, and I'm just not gonna know how to do most of the mod because I'm new to it. So like I said, I rely on you guys very heavily for this. So if you see anything or you have any comment to make, like definitely leave it because it helps. I read every single comment. I don't always have time to reply to them because again, I work anywhere between 12 and 15 hours a day at the moment, which means I ain't got time for that. And then on top of that, and this is kind of the cool thing that happened this last month, my wife and I surprise bought a house. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it meant that we weren't in a situation that we could buy. And then we kind of were, and we were like, is this a possibility? We asked our neighbor, we were renting. We had just moved into a place like 6 months ago. Oh no, I'm gonna have to go back. I might get stuck down there. We were renting a place. We had moved into it in like August of 2022. And we're like, man, is it a possibility? You know, this is back in January. It's like, is it a possibility that we could potentially buy? So we talked to our neighbor. He's a realtor, and he's like, well, yeah, let's see. So he connects us with a lender, and the lender's like, yeah, look, we can pre-approve you for like this set amount. And it was way more than we needed or were looking for. We're like, okay, let's look into a potential place. That was a 2-day process. And then on that second day, we went and looked at a place in our same neighborhood, like the exact same housing area. It's brand new because, you know, this particular place they wanted to get rid of because what these builders do, I know a lot of you in Europe, it's more squished there, but in the US, it's a little different. We have just so much space, so it's really easy for places to expand, and that's exactly what happened here. By the way, we're just waiting out the night while I tell this pretty cool story. So this is like a brand new community, and the place we were renting was brand new. We were the first people to live in it. And these builders come in and they just build as quickly as possible. And then they just try to get rid of the houses as quickly as possible. And so this was a situation where they had really good incentives for buying this house. And we were like, oh, well, let's go look at it. Let's go check it out. It's a little bit bigger than what we have. And it's, you know, different, but it's got like a huge yard. So let's go look. As soon as we saw it, we're like, we don't necessarily like the house, the color of the house, not what we want or anything like that. But the incentives were really good, and the yard was massive, which is good if you have kids. So on the third day we signed. So we went from, in 3 days, I don't think we can buy a house. Maybe we can, to I think, oh, we definitely could. Let's look into this. Maybe it's going to take a couple months, right? To we signed the house, and then we closed 1 month after signing. And that was on February 16th. And we moved in on that the following weekend. The best part is the 3 oldest kids were not here that weekend, and they're in school a lot of the time. So we managed to get this house stuff done without them even knowing. And they were going to be gone the weekend that we moved in, and we hadn't told them or anything. And so since it's in the same community, we drove home with them. After having our friends, like we had a bunch of friends over to help us move, and they crushed it. It was great because we have stairs in the new place, and we didn't in the old place. And they just like carried everything up like monsters. It was great. But my body hurt so bad from moving. So we brought the kids home into the same community, right? We're driving, but we don't take our turn. And they don't really think anything of it. They don't really pay attention. And then it wasn't until we started backing into a random garage they've never seen that they're like, wait a second, what's going on? They're all kind of like really confused, like, oh, I wonder what's going on. And the oldest was like, he was joking around. He was like, oh, it's our new home, guys. And I was like, yeah, really funny. And we had them go inside, and they were all really confused because like all of the normal stuff that we have in our garage was in this random garage, right? They walk into the house, and it's obviously a different house, but it's got all of our stuff kind of in similar places. So it was really like, I wanted to gaslight him and be like, no, we've lived in this place for the last 6 months. But my wife was like, that's a bad idea. Let's not give him a complex. So yeah, then we told him we bought a house, and that, this is our house, and don't plan on moving out, and nobody's going to be kicking us out. Like, this is our place. And they were very excited to have gotten it. It was just kind of a fun little surprise for that. I'm going to build up a couple more houses here. Speaking of housing, just to kind of get some more NPC space, because we're going to need it. Definitely going to need it. We're not going to need it right this moment, but we are going to need it very soon. Actually, you know what? I might just make this one room and put my crafting stuff in it for the time being. I think that's going to be a better way to do this. And then we'll wrap it up. I'll show you the mod list, and then we will come back next episode very strong, going straight for some guns. Okay, I think that'll do for now. By the way, this NPC is from the magic storage stuff. So if you happen to use magic storage and he shows up, he just tells you how magic storage works. We've done it a bunch in all of our modded series. So if you haven't seen how magic storage works, or you're new to modded Terraria, just go watch one of my myriad of other series. Specifically for modded 1.4, I've done Fargo Soul mod on master mode. I've done the Calamity playthrough for the Rogue, and then I did the mod of Redemption. So now we're doing the Stars Above, which, you know, there's quite a lot there. All right, so let's head out and check out the mod list. So here is everything I'm using. I'm using Ore Excavator. That's how I can mine everything real quick. Recipe Browser. I love Recipe Browser. I'm using Begone Evil because, my goodness, I hate the mechanic of evil spreading in Terraria. And the latest, you know, vanilla update to Terraria fixes some of this, but it's just a pain in the butt to deal with when you're not running journey mode and when you're trying to do a series like this. So we're using Begone Evil. It means that it's not going to spread. Auto Reforge allows me to select a reforge like Godly or Legendary on a weapon, and reforge until it gets to that 1, which can blow through your money very quickly. Subworld Library is a thing that is required for the Stars Above, so that's a dependency. We have Boss Cursor, which I use in all of my playthroughs. It allows me to see where the boss is by having like a little thing around your character. It points out where the boss is. Magic Storage, great. Always suggest that. That's one of the best mods ever. Stars Above, obviously. Man, what a cool icon. I love that. Fargo's Mutant mod, as I mentioned. We're going to use this for arenas and setting up bridges like in the underworld and whatnot. It's just a convenience mod. I really, really like this mod. And then boss checklist, as you saw, so we can see the whole list for all of our bosses. And if you want to see the seed for the world that we're using, it's right there. 2.3.2.1. You can see the rest. I'll leave it over for just a moment. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button to get it sent to more people, so more people can see this really cool mod that we're going to be playing through. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe, because this is going to be a very frequent upload for this series, and you're going to want to watch all the way through it. It's going to be fun, and then we'll jump into another mod once we're done with this one. Although I will quickly mention that the Kerbal Space Program 2 comes out in a couple days, or actually technically, you know, tomorrow when I'm uploading this. So we're going to do the first 2 episodes in this. I'm going to do some Kerbal Space Program for maybe a little bit. We'll see. So the first couple episodes definitely, and then there might be 1 or 2 days before you get the 3rd episode, just as a heads up. Again, that's why you want to be subscribed. And if you like what I do, you can help support us by becoming a channel member, and that will give you cool emojis that you can use on YouTube, and it will support us as well. Now, I think that what we're going to do next, like I mentioned, is get to the Crimson, blow up a orb, and get myself a gun, and that's going to carry us pretty far right towards the start of this mod.